level from you again, just in case.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, it's 7:30 on this Friday night, and you know what that means. It means it's time to find out if you like it or not. I'm producer Chris. Tonight we're talking about why Gen Z is apparently turning down promotions at work. We're going to talk about whether or not adults need to be having more slumber parties, and Chad has some thoughts on that one that are borderline not safe for work. And we're also talking about what some college professors are doing to thwart AI in the classroom. So we're going to talk about all that and more. So let's dive right in and talk about how you can join us live tonight. There's the graphic we show you every night. We're streaming, a lot of different ways to do it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can leave some comments in the chat. We'll check those coming up here in just a little bit. If you're watching Fox Local Mobile, if you're watching on your phone or you're watching on our website, fox5dc.com, and you want to join the Zoom room, I've got a link. It's pinned to the top of my Instagram profile, Fox5 Producer Chris. Speaking of Instagram, we have our broadcast channel. That's where we post topics, then read the comments on air, and that's where Chad is getting a little raunchy tonight. He knows what he did. Last but not least, if you're watching on the Fox Local app on your connected TV, you can make it a two-screen experience. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code, and get those hot takes ready. We will check in with everyone in our Zoom room in just a second. First, though, we have to say hello to our Friday night regular, a very punctual Bismarck joining us live.
Chris,
she
look
can
at me.
Be punctual, I know.
I'm here.
I just like giving you a hard time because
I know.
that Jen Delgado, it can be a bad influence on her. We all know who's responsible.
Never her.
We all know who's responsible. She was not on the 7 o'clock tonight.
There you go. There you go.
So,
Jen, it's your fault.
how have you been?
I've been good.
I missed you last week.
The government's back
The
in
government's
action.
back open, yeah, that's right.
Could you
been
believe it?
43, historic.
Oh my God, I know. It's
All
absolutely
right.
insane.
Anything else new, exciting?
You know, Virginia elections are over with, so I'm like,
Yeah, and now you get to decompress just for a little
no,
bit?
actually it's the worst because it's like double the work, but you know, I'm glad it's over.
Well, I feel really bad doing this for
Yeah.
it being a Friday night at 7:30, but we're going to start things off tonight talking about work.
Okay, let's do it.
apologize,
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Apparently, climbing the corporate ladder isn't all it's cracked up to be anymore, at least according to Gen Z. In fact, more and more young professionals, like I said, Gen Zers, are rejecting promotions, literally turning them down to maintain their work-life balance and personal priorities. A Work Monitor poll showed 39% of workers surveyed said that they were not even interested in promotions. 42% said they would turn it down, reject it altogether. Many young people say the trade-off between additional responsibilities and what they consider marginal gains, no significant financial compensation, it's just not worth it. The study also shows more Gen Z workers feel less loyalty towards their employers. So Bismuth, literally turning down a promotion. Do you like this or not?
No, listen, I am not surprised by this at all. I think that Gen Z, I mean, they prioritize that work-life balance that, you know, I did not know that I had to prioritize.
Right. I didn't even know that was an option. You can say no?
Exactly. Okay, so this is so relevant because actually one of my family members came to, you know, over and we were just decompressing and everything. And he was like, actually, I just turned down a job promotion. They were like, oh, we want you to be manager. And he was like, nope, I'm good. I can't even handle what I have right now. And you know what? He was really happy with that decision.
More power and respect to it. I mean, we pick on Gen Z a lot, but I think we can learn a little something from them sometimes. Allison, do you like this idea of turning down a promotion for the work-life balance?
I do actually like that because, for one, if there is the type of person that would turn it down for their work-life balance, they might not be fit to be that type of supervisor. Yeah. So maybe it's in their best interest to stay there so they can actually have job security rather than move on to something that you're not ready for.
Yeah. David, what do you think? Sometimes you can come at this from a different point of view, so I'm curious what you think.
I definitely think it can be a good move for some people. Everyone's got to make their choice for work-life balance, whether they want to progress in their career or whether they'd rather focus on personal stuff and devote their time and energy that way. So definitely good. The thing, for that part, I agree with Allison. The part I disagree with Allison is that from the manager's perspective, many times the people that are declining the promotions are the ones you really want to be and really should be promoted.
Well, maybe that means you just got to up the financial compensation in that sense, because if it's not commensurate with the responsibilities, it's one of these.
Exactly.
It's one of these. Melissa, do you agree?
I just think that this generation is absolutely lazy as hell. Want to just work-life balance, but the majority of them, they actually think that being influencers is a full-time job. So I disagree. They just late. My daughter had a conversation about 30 years old, and she said, these kids are just so lazy. They come in here, they complain everything, they don't do nothing, and then when you give them one little small task, they the HR. So no, they're just lazy as hell.
All right. Well, we've got some different viewpoints
there you have
on this topic. Admittedly, I mean, I'll be the first to admit, I was a producer here at Fox 5 for 13 years, and several executive producer, which is the next step up on that, kind of hierarchy, opened up many, many times, and I turned it down every single time because I knew it wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do. And if I had accepted that at any point down the line, I wouldn't be standing here doing this.
So you don't regret
probably.
it. You were like, this is
I don't
this is
regret
my
it,
path.
but I knew it was not for me. But I watched a lot of people get those jobs
Are
over
they happy?
me. I hope so.
Okay,
I hope
that's
they
good.
are happy.
That's good.
But I am too. So meanwhile, Gen Z employees becoming more vocal and transparent about their careers, and we're talking the good, the bad, and the ugly here. And social media has a lot to do with, going back to what Melissa talked about. They're sharing it all on the internet. According to a Resume Genius survey, 50% of Gen Z workers said they would support naming and shaming employers online to prevent workplace abuse. 70% agree social media can help expose toxic workplaces. However, many are also aware that going public can have negative career consequences. So, Bisma, the idea of bad-mouthing your boss or company on social media as a kind of way of making them be better.
So my take is, if you badmouth them on social media, I don't think that's going to make your situation better. I think going directly to maybe your boss's boss, maybe is the better move in that case, because I think you might get a more positive outcome. So I'm not sure if I agree with that. I get that there's frustration, but I just don't think that's the outlet.
The best move for it.
What do you think?
Jess is in the Zoom room. Jess, do you like this idea of publicly calling out your employer or bosses in the hope of making it a less toxic environment?
No, I don't like that, because you got to handle that, like she said, like Vista said, you got to handle that. It's better to handle that with your boss. You know what I mean? Because it's going to stir up some controversy, I think. Some more controversy that you don't even need.
Yeah, and it's probably going to make you a little less attractive to the next job.
Both ways like that.
Yeah. Sandra, do you agree?
I do not. Just when you started saying about the bad mouthing your boss, I don't know. I'm a big kid at heart, so I watch a lot of Disney movies with my kids. So the first image that just flew into my head was Monsters, Inc. with the lady. She was like, "Girl, always watching." That always seems to pop in my head whenever anybody is saying anything about their boss. So it's like, that's the problem. It's going to cause very much trouble for you. If somebody happens to see it and then they go back to your boss, and you could potentially probably get fired, depending on what you say.
No question. And, there are people who do it anonymously. There are whole websites dedicated to the industry that
is
we
true.
work in, where people sometimes rat out things that are happening in their newsrooms. And sometimes it's good to know for other people who might be considering going to work there. On the other hand,
But then, do you know
try to
what's
fix
true
it from the
and what's
inside
not?
versus one person's experience. Exactly.
Right,
All right.
right.
Speaking of that work-life balance that we've talked about that may or may not exist, a boss going viral after she admitted on a recent podcast that she fired 2 employees after learning that they had been cheating on their romantic partners. The host of the podcast seemed shocked by the decision, admittedly, saying that some critics might complain that what employees do in their personal lives is none of the boss's business. That boss, though, defended her decision, saying she didn't want people like that on her team, calling them a liability to the environment. The comment section on this Diary of a CEO podcast split. Some agreed that what happens outside of work can impact what happens at work. Others said it's not the boss's place to govern their personal lives and decisions. So, Bisma, firing employees for having an affair.
You know what? This is tricky, right? Did he cheat on his spouse with somebody in the office?
That kind of
That
went
is-
unsaid. It seemingly
Yeah.
implied that
In that case, yes.
was.
Cut him. Cut
Yeah?
him. Cut him. If it's
And
if
her-
it has
and her,
or
both
her,
of them?
you know, yeah, absolutely. But if it happens outside of the office, I don't know. Is it disrupting the office? Does anyone even know? I don't know. But if it's within the premises
And it's
of
creating
the office,
some drama
yeah.
as a result?
Oh, just cut him.
Okay,
No.
interesting.
No, we're not. But yeah.
I think a lot of people out there would end up getting fired, admittedly. We've all heard stories about this, movie sets, etc. Oh, Maria's back in the Lion Zoom room tonight. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So the idea of a boss firing something for what happened in their personal life, do you like this or not?
I think firing is quite extreme, but it's not that I don't like it. I respect it because someone who cheats on their spouse within the workplace, that could lead to them being dishonest, not trustworthy, not taking serious or holding in confidence what is a covenant, like a marriage. So I don't not like it. So in essence, I would say I respect it.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing if maybe they caught you drunk on your couch or whatever, but this is like your spouse you cheated on.
Yeah.
And so it bleeds into work where trust is huge.
Yeah. And
especially if you're in a
literally,
senior position.
The boss said the same thing.
How can we trust you?
That the boss said the exact same thing. David, do you agree with that?
Generally, yes. I mean, for some places, you have a professional code of ethics, and if that's part of it, then that's an automatic grounds for firing. In other circumstances, anything that might impact the workplace or the work performance is fair game for discipline or firing. Now, outside of that, I think it's a tough argument to make, and you don't want your employment judging your personal life and governing your personal life. I can see it being more applicable for higher like executive and senior management positions where, you know, the value of trust is such an important thing. But if you get down to, blue collar labor type jobs, less of a grounds for disciplinary action, I would think.
Okay, interesting. I mean, we did see a situation over the summer involving a tech company and their head of HR at a Coldplay concert, you may remember. And I believe it resulted in both of their termination. So,
that's
you know,
disrupting
we
the
have
workplace.
seen this play out. And I'm sure that had less to do with the actual affair and more to do with the negative attention they got for how public it was.
Keep it secret, guys. Don't
Yeah.
go to the Coldplay concert.
Don't go to the Coldplay concert and canoodle. All right, a lot of us may have had sleepovers with friends when we were younger, but spending time with friends tends to fall down the list of priorities as we get a little older. Now there's a new push, especially among young women without kids, for adult platonic sleepovers so they can cultivate a deeper connection with their friends. You see, Vox wrote about it recently. You should be having more slumber parties with your friends, they say. They say men could benefit from friend sleepovers as well, and not just on bachelor parties or camping trips. Experts say dedicating several hours to your friendship sets the scene for more vulnerable conversations, but even just eating, watching TV, and sleeping alongside someone can bring you closer. So we did post this in our broadcast channel, and that's where Chad got a little spicy. First though, Tanaya says, yes, I miss slumber parties. Kathleen says, I'd miss my bed. Chad says adult slumber parties are just orgies. Chad,
Chad, what are you doing?
get your mind out of the gutter. All right, let's see, who else?
Oh, wow.
All right, Shayla says, love the idea, just be young and have fun. Joni says, sure, sounds like fun as long as I get my own bedroom and my own bathroom and my own TV. It would be a fun time. Laura says, ew, no.
Oh, wow.
So, Bisma, I'll start with you. Friendship
wow.
sleepovers. Do you like this or not?
I miss it. I loved my friendship sleepovers back in the day. You know, we would just watch movies all night, talk, you know, just make dumb videos. Yeah, it was so fun. And I feel like I still sometimes sleep over my best friend's house.
Okay.
You know, we
So
have
you
a
have had
great
one.
time. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. You know, sometimes I bring my cat over and then the cats
That's
have a great time
adorable.
together. Yeah, they're besties.
Chad, why do you got to make it that way, man? Why you got to make it that way?
I'm a victim of clickbait. A victim of your clickbait. All I saw was adult slumber parties. I'm like, well, what kind of psychopath does it's a key party, right? It's like, that's a key.
Well, you're aging yourself with that one, my man.
Key party. Oh my
Yeah, go explain it to Laura. Go explain it to Laura in the meantime.
I will.
But first, let's call on Sandra. Let's bring Sandra back in here. Sandra, do you like the idea of having adult sleepovers with your friends and connecting again? Have you done it?
As an adult, no, because I've been adulting, you know,
Yeah.
kind of situation,
Right.
especially, you know, me having, you know, 4 kids, a dog, and a boyfriend. So, you know,
Keeps you busy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like right now, life is a lifing.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, now, don't get me wrong. I would call that kind of like a girls' trip. Like I would get Miss Melissa and Miss Allison, and we go do a girls' trip.
Yeah.
That I could say that would be a slumber party or a slumber weekend,
Yeah,
right?
Allison's giving that a thumbs up.
Like me
Slumber
calling up
weekend.
my friends and be like, hey, I want to come spend the night over your house. I'm too old. I love my bed and my pillow and my space. I can't. I can't.
I get it. All right, the Pinky Ring King is back. Welcome back. Where are you watching us from tonight?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am in a castle in Taichung, Taiwan,
Okay.
and this is where I'm staying.
I think that's
So
a new
huge.
record.
Wow.
A new record for furthest away. We've had someone join us in the Lion Zoom room tonight. So, do you have any friends
I'd
over
say hi, yeah.
in this castle for a sleepover?
I have a lot. I'm actually here for a celebrity wedding. Congratulations to Bernie and Ashley. They're getting married today.
Congratulations.
Woo! So the question was, hey, Bisma, you look wonderful as usual, as you know.
Thank you.
Platonically as possible, as I can say. Oh, what was the question again? Sorry.
The question was,
lost in that purple.
adult slumber parties with your friends. Do you like this or not?
That's 100% yes. What we do is like, you know, we forget to be kids again.
Yeah.
Okay. And I actually have a lot of adult slumber parties all over the world.
Whoa.
Like, and that's how we reconnect back again. You know, hey, Bisma,
No.
keep it chill.
Yeah. Chad, likewise. Listen.
Okay. All right. I'm a very wholesome character. All right. So basically, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But
All right. I will just say, I actually really like this idea.
Yeah.
And to be honest
Yeah.
with you, you know, the only times my friends or even like my guy cousins, because that's who I grew up with, having slumber parties
Yeah.
when we were kids, the only time we've ever gotten to do this as adults is on bachelor parties. Admittedly. And
yeah.
sometimes they take a camping trip up to Canada.
Okay.
And honestly, it would be really nice to make it a more regular thing
Yeah.
and just have that kind of
Yeah.
time to catch up. And to be honest with you, so many of my friends live so far away that like when we do see each other and it's like such a quick
Yeah.
catch up and then we
Yeah.
gotta go back to from whence we
Yeah.
came. I honestly really like this. All right, next
Yeah.
one. We're gonna move on. Do you know your neighbors' names? I know you guys talked
Yeah.
about this one on the 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Millions of people apparently don't, especially overseas in merry old England. A recent poll shows only a little more than half of Brits, 55%, knew their neighbors' names. 69% say they prefer being civil rather than close with their neighbors. 21% don't remember anything about their neighbors and therefore try to avoid them as much as possible. 27% say friendlier neighbors, on the other hand, could kind of help with feelings of loneliness. So, Bisma,
Yeah.
do you know your neighbors' names?
You know what? I don't know their names, but I know them by face.
Okay.
Right? And so I think that
So you
counts
give
for
a,
something.
"Hey, you,
Yeah, I'd be like,
how
"Hey,
you doing?"
How's it going? going.
Do
But
they know your name?
no,
Okay.
no, they don't know my name, but
that
they know
levels
it.
the playing
Yeah,
field.
but they know. Okay, that girl lives there. You know, they kind of recognize me. You know, oh, you need help with your package? No, I'm good. Okay, so it's great, but I wish there was a more communal feeling. I grew up in Richmond, Virginia, and we had that.
Okay.
Everybody knew each other in the neighborhood,
Interesting.
and I really miss that.
Okay. So, you know, when I lived in the city for 23 years, I did not know a single one of my
Yeah.
neighbors' names, ever. I moved out to the suburbs last October, and I know Kim, and I know Jake, and
Yeah.
I know Aaron, and I know Lisa, and I know Robert down the street.
Yeah.
You know, so I know not only all my neighbors, I know all my neighbors' kids' names, too.
Oh,
Which is a
wow.
really nice
love
feeling,
that.
admittedly, because they're there to watch my cat
Yeah.
when I go away for the weekend.
Oh, that's nice.
Chad has no friends, as we know. So, Chad, do you know any of your neighbors' names, and do they know yours?
So over here I have Ryan and his girlfriend who looks like a Sarah,
Okay.
and over here we have the granola couple, which we call the NPR couple.
I don't make eye contact with
So she knows nobody.
I don't know anybody.
But you know what? So when I lived in the city too, when I was dog sitting my kid's dog, and I would take the dog for walks, that's when I got to know my neighbors when I was walking the dog. So that's probably a good life hack to get a dog and walk the dog around your neighborhood.
Pets help a ton. Oh, Maria, do you know your neighbors' names, and do they know yours?
Never.
Never.
Never. I lived in a house with ladies, and I had to remember what their names were, and they were just 4 women.
Wow.
Is it Jack? I hope they're not watching, but it's a good thing. But I think I was in a studio apartment once, and literally my neighbor was 4 feet away, their door, and when he would come out with his dog, I would wait before leaving my apartment, and when I could tell the dog's barking was less, then I would come out and go the opposite way.
I relate to that so strongly. David, out in Colorado, David, is it the same there? Or is everyone a little friendlier?
Yeah, my wife was saying to me that she generally does not like to meet and know neighbors. I know like half of our neighbors.
Okay.
You know, and once you meet them, kind of get to know, you know, like what, how much you want to continue contact with them versus just look the other way.
That's fair. That's very fair. I really lucked out. I got to give a shout out. I'm a total like hang over the fence backyard kind of guy type of a thing. You know, they have the keys to my house type of a thing. So like I really lucked out. I know that for a fact, but but like I said, for 23 years in the city, I did not. All right, we're going to keep chugging along here because I have a lot more stories I want to get to be honest with you. So I'm going to skip the break for the time being, Jim. In the age of smartphones, email, etc., writing by hand can be rare, as you know. I know. But thanks to AI, handwritten homework could be making a comeback. I know that seems a little kind of opposite of what you think, but Business Insider says to thwart AI, some college professors are swapping out take-home essays and assignments for in-class exams and assessments. Others are banning screens and bringing back handwritten tasks in those old school blue books. Did you ever have those?
I did.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, so you remember.
Yes.
However, the downside to this is the discovery that most people have terrible handwriting. And many professors say they have to spend twice as long on each assignment just to decipher the student's terrible handwriting.
God.
So Bisma, bringing back handwritten homework. Do you like this or not?
Okay, listen. A lot of people cannot read my handwriting, not because it's bad. It's because I am a cursive writer.
Okay. And most people can't read cursive anymore?
Most people can't read cursive. And so, however, I really like that we're going back to the Stone Age, it feels like, where we're kind of just writing down instead of da-da-da-da. I don't know, I kind of like it, especially when you can get ChatGPT to write everything nowadays.
Yeah. Yes, you
so it just kind of shows that, hey, this is me. This is authentic.
Yeah, understood. Melissa's shaking her head. I'm not sure.
Lazy as hell. I'm telling, listen, I write cards all the time. I write cards when I don't know a word, I write it in my journal and I use the sentence with it so I can reflect back on it. People are so lazy. What about if we go into a complete blackout and you don't have computers, you don't have anything, and now you're forced to write? You're not going to be able to write something, or you're not going to know how to spell something because you had a stupid computer write things. This generation is so lost is ridiculous. And even some of us too are lazy doing that too. Some Gen X's are lazy in doing that too. But write. What does it cost you to take a pen and a paper and write a note or do your homework and learn something?
Yeah. Freddie, what are you holding up down there?
Can you hear me well?
We can hear you.
Yeah, so look at this. This is just my only planner. I
Okay.
just write like that with not using
I'm
AI.
trying to look at your penmanship, Freddie, and see how your handwriting looks.
You see it?
Okay. All right. So mine kind of counts as chicken scratch, but I had an
Really?
excuse. I broke my
Thank you, guys.
I broke my right hand one time, and that was my
One
writing
time?
hand.
How long ago?
It was years and years ago. Formational years. Oh, Maria,
Okay.
what do you think? Bringing back handwritten tests and assessments to thwart
Yes.
AI. Do you like that?
I like handwritten messages. I used to be a nun, and in the monastery, we would only do handwritten notes, cursive, wide margins, and I learned how to write. Like, penmanship is so important. I realized the digital age kills real communication. So I like it. I think handwritten for the win.
I love learning these new details about our Lion Zoom room guest. I used to be a nun. All right, we got to keep moving along. I teased a couple stories, and I still haven't gotten the World Series winner, Shohei Ohtani. He won his 4th Major League Baseball MVP award last night. Did you see this?
I did not.
All right, that's not the only reason he went viral, though. He celebrated with his man's best friend, as you know that they do, and also his wife. I want you to look at the video that went viral. Seconds after the announcement, the dual threat leaned in to give his wife a pat on the back, as you'll see here, and his dog a kiss.
Oh.
Yeah, his wife a pat on the back and his dog a kiss. Went viral, as you could imagine, with people a little bit judging the order in which he went for that. So, Bisma, how would you feel coming in second to the dog?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're looking into
dog.
it too much.
It's a cute dog.
We're looking into it too much, okay? He gave affection to both. I don't think I would be offended, honestly. I mean, I'm a cat lover. I would probably bring Siri in for a little kiss and a hug.
Yeah,
He'd probably be like, ugh, get away from me. But, you know.
Yeah, cats are like that. Allison, how would Onyx, I mean, is Onyx getting the first smooch and then whoever?
Always. Onyx always gets the first. No man will come before this baby right here, ever.
Oh, Chad, what the hell, man? What is this? Kissing the alien.
Chad, is that an alien?
Thank you for demonstrating how deeply weird a lot of people found it. All right, one more topic, final 3 minutes of the show. How much are you willing to spend on jeans?
Oh, my God. Okay, not more than $100.
Okay.
I can't do more than $100.
Apparently, the demand for premium denim is surging. And when we say premium, we are talking about the blue tab line of Levi's that costs between $300 and $400. This is not the denim that I am shopping for, admittedly.
Yeah.
But I don't have a major problem with it. The line also includes shirts and jackets that cost as much as $800. It's higher quality selvage denim, in case you were wondering. A separate denim maker whose products sell for around the same price say they have a 6-month waiting list for their custom jeans. So, dropping a couple hundred, but maybe it lasting a lifetime. Do you like this or not?
Give me 10 years and maybe I'll spend $1,000 on jeans. I don't know.
Okay.
Right now, I'm on a budget. I think I have like 2 to 3 pairs of jeans that I've worn an enormous amount of times, and they're good.
I've known you for
them.
a couple years now, but it's in a very TV context, and I've never seen you wear jeans.
No,
I coincidentally am wearing a pair of Levi's tonight, but they cost $39.99
Oh, there we go.
at Macy's. Pinky Ring King, you like the fancier things in life. We can tell from your castle.
No. Oh, well, to answer the question, I think $100, to be honest, for a jeans that lasts a lifetime, it's not a bad deal. So,
300
Bisma,
to 400.
300. Bisma, take my credit card, buy 10 $500 jeans, whatever baby gets. You know the rules. You too, Chris, buy one for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging.
Yeah, Chris, I got you.
All right.
You're a tie guy. You like ties. Buy some ties.
Thank
you. You're really paying for quality if you're wearing it and you're on camera, especially like in our industries. You have to. And you're caught in an awkward angle. These jeans will save you at some point.
Wow.
You know, the clothing. I know it's not it depends. If it's Japanese denim, It's exquisite.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
So, I
that's
mean,
where
it
this
depends on the
line
jean.
actually originated in
Wow.
Japan. So
Yeah, it lasts forever, like you say.
Yeah.
And you want
Wow.
to last forever? My love for you guys. Forever.
likewise,
and ever.
enjoy
Just like
that
them
wedding, enjoy that trip. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you to everyone who joined us in the Lion Zoom room tonight. It was a fun Friday night here on Do You Like It or Not? Bisma,
Always
thank you
is.
for
Thank you,
joining us
Chris.
as
Yeah.
well. And the Pinky Ring King would be so disappointed to know what my clothing allowance /
Oh,
we don't get a
stop.
clothing allowance. My
Well,
budget.
we're
of
doing a shopping
Hanes
spree,
V-neck
apparently.
white T-shirts that I wear 5 days a week. For Producer Jim, I'm Producer Chris. We'll be back at 9 o'clock for the Live Zone Primetime. Have a great weekend.